Baddies USA episode 2 titled Man Down. So the episode starts off with Big Biggie and she's calling out Smiley. Apparently Smiley was trying to dipset. Y'all, I said dipset at Thanksgiving and my family, like some of y'all younger Gen Z, were acting like they don't know what that was. I was like, you don't know what a dipset is? Oh my gosh. Really? But anyways, yeah, Smiley was pretty much trying to exit off stage left, apparently. And Biggie was like, hold up. Where you going? Where you going? And boom, they start fighting. It's just mayhem and chaos at this point. Smiley and Biggie are fighting at the same time. Cole, Killa, and Tinkerbella are still fighting. I'm like, if y'all don't sit y'all asses down, y'all went 6 rounds. Like, let somebody else have the limelight. I can't stand people like that. Like, they just want to keep fighting and fighting to get camera time. Sit down. Let's see somebody else now. So Biggie the whole time is calling out Smiley and saying that she was talking about her significant other that passed away. She did mention in the previous episode too that like Smiley was prank calling her at this time too, which I thought was totally fucked up. Imagine you just lost somebody and somebody's trying to prank call you. That's actually insane. So I understand Biggie on that note. But what I didn't like was like the whole time it seemed like Biggie was trying to get validation from Krishan. Did it not? Like the whole time she's like, Krishan, that's your friend, Krishan. She did this to me. Krishan, she was talking about my husband. Krishan. I'm like, girl, why do you care? I don't know. I thought that was weird. I felt like Biggie was just trying to get Krishan's approval. But yeah, when it shows Smiley, she got some blood on her face. This is not surprising because we know Smiley can't fight for shit. Like the best fight Smiley had was when she first came on Baddies and she fought Mariah. Like that was probably the first and last moment that I truly liked Smiley. You know what I mean? Because she came in like a gangsta for real and she whooped Mariah's ass. And like the way she was talking, she was at that bar like, give me another shot. Yeah, shorty. She was like, yo, face fucked up, shorty. Like that was, I thought Smiley was gonna be a gangster like that, but no, that was about the only time that ever happened. So Smiley is set on the fact that she's never disrespected Biggie's man. Like she literally keeps repeating that. Like, no, I never said anything about him. I never disrespected him. I really don't remember this happening on social media. I don't know if I missed it or I don't know. But what I will say is disrespectful is Smiley in this confessional. Girl, why are you out here culturally appropriating Muslim culture? What? Smiley went to Dubai like one time and she thinks she's a Muslim all of a sudden. What the fuck? Why are you wearing a hijab on your head? That's crazy. As far as I know, the only Muslim on the cast is DJ Sky High. Salam alaikum, sister. Like, what are you doing? This is insane. Don't do this. Not even wearing the hijab right, girl. Like, at least if you're gonna do it, wear it correctly. Anyways, this goofball. And by the way, I am not going to be recapping their confessional looks anymore because that was so exhausting last episode. Like, half of the episode was me commenting on their confessional looks. It's too much. They're changing too much this season. So I'm only gonna point out when it's like really, really beautiful or like really, really, what the fuck is this? Like this. Okay, so Biggie's still trying to fight at this girl. Biggie keeps saying, you want my life? You want my life? You just want my life like you want to be me. And Smiley's like, what? Smiley's face is like, what the I don't want to be you, girl. Like, no, I don't even think she wants your life. Girl, what are you talking about? Just because she was prank calling you and doing her stupid bullshit. Like, I don't know. And Biggie, she was saying a lot of weird stuff in this moment. Like, she kept saying, first fight on Baddies, first fight on Baddies. I'm like, no, I think that was Tinka and Killa. You weren't the first fight on Baddies USA, but okay. But yeah, anyway, Biggie keeps like swinging at Smiley. Their fights are like just funny to me. They're barely even able to hit each other, but obviously I would say like Biggie took the upper hand there. And Smiley keeps trying to walk offset. I'm not gonna lie to you, a little bit of me is kind of annoyed at Biggie because girl, you're not a fighter. You literally cried, saying how you're not a fighter. This is why you and Ahna fell out because you kept telling her I'm not a fighter. Don't expect me to have your back when you're getting jumped. But right now, you're acting like you're a fighter, girl. You're acting like you're so hard the way you're coming at Smiley. And the only reason why you're doing this is because it's Smiley. If it was anybody else, Biggie would not be acting like this. So that's my only thing. That's the reason why I'm kind of side-eyeing Biggie right now. Like, girl, you're doing too much. You're doing too much right now. Here we go. We are back once again at Killa versus Tinkerbella. So apparently when they fought caught in the middle of the chaos, right? Cold Killer's hat must have fallen on the ground. Tinka found her hat. She put her hat on top of her head. Cold Killer was in her confessionals like, yeah, this bitch got my hat. She got my hat. Now it's war. Now we gotta fight again. She's pretty funny. Like, the disrespect of this bitch picking up my hat and putting it on her head. Like, no, really, that's actually kind of disgusting. I'm not trying to say anything about Cold Killer. I'm sure she's clean and all that, but just the way that these girls wear wigs all the fucking time and they're filming all the time. So I know they don't have time to like constantly be washing their braids and refreshing the braids and all that underneath. So I don't know that I would have done that, Tinkerbella, but okay. But anyways, here we go. This is about what, round 6 or 7 for Cold Killer versus Tinkerbella. So Tinkerbella and Cold Killer are literally squared up like this, and then like the scene cuts and then we see them like already fighting, which I just thought it was like kind of weird the way that they edited this fight. It was so weird. But you know, you see the usual, what just keeps happening. Cold Killer is like moving back, right? Tinka keeps trying to steady hit her, and then all of a sudden like it kind of cuts to them disappearing behind security guards and stuff. You couldn't see that fight for You really couldn't see that fight, but it might have looked like Tinkerbella got her. I don't know. You kind of see Tinkerbella like grabbing at Cold Killer while they're breaking it up. So to me, it might have looked like Tinka got that. I'm not sure. But like a lot of y'all pointed out, which is so true, Tinkerbella is not fighting how she used to before. And it's probably because of the baby that she just had. Like she had such a hard pregnancy. I mean, delivery, my bad. She said she had such a hard delivery. She said she almost like was gone basically. So yeah, you can kind of tell because she's not fighting good. Cold Killer should not be able to get you the way that she's getting you, like, or she shouldn't even be able to get close because of the size difference between y'all. But anyways, all of a sudden you see Big Lex standing up. Big Lex is saying that she has unfinished business with Tavy and Fauna because they jumped her at the reunion, and I was like, oh yeah, oh shit. She just slowly, in her villain era, is walking over to Tavy Baby. It's kind of funny. She just, boom, starts swinging on her. Literally, in one hand, she's holding Tavy Baby like this. In the other hand, she's like, bitch. Oh my God, my chair is turning. You know how Big Lex does. Yeah, she definitely beat Tavy Baby's ass. She did. Of course, we know that baddies can't go just one round and it's done. No. Here we go. Tavy Baby versus Big Lex, round 2. Here they go again. Big Lex, like her arms are just so long. That's her advantage, you know? You can't really get her because once she swings those arms, it's just, that's it. But I see Tavy Baby, like, if you notice, Tavy Baby always tries to grab at Big Lex because that's her only hope. I don't know why I keep turning in this damn chair. Tavy Baby's trying so hard, but she just can't. She can't get like a good hit on Big Lex. She's trying though. I see her with all her might and effort trying. Anyways, after that's done and over with, after Big Lex beats Tavy Baby's ass, she's like, all right, Fauna, you're next. Now this, I really don't want to see. I wish that Fauna and Big Lex would actually make up because I remember in Baddies Africa, they actually liked each other. Like literally in the beginning, Fauna was saying, Big Lex is cool. She's kind of neutral. She doesn't really do anything. And Big Lex was kind of saying the same thing too, that she didn't have any issues with Fauna. So I feel like they don't really have issues with each other and they can actually make up. And that's what I want to see. I want to see them be cool. But anyways, they're about to fight right now. Fauna did her technique last episode where she basically put on a swim cap and then she put on fake wig on top of her swim cap and then she put on a hat. So we're gonna see if all of that actually helped her in the fight this time. Yeah, you know what? I was gonna say I don't think it's gonna help anyways because Big Lex is like not really known to be a super hair puller. So it didn't really do much. Maybe if she was fighting somebody else that would have worked a little bit better. Anyways, yeah, they squared up. Fauna, she swings really, really fast. So I feel like Fauna is able to get in more hits on Big Lex than even like Tavy Baby. But still, I feel like Big Lex took that one. Yeah, she did. It seemed like Big Lex actually got like some good hits on Fauna, whereas Fauna's hits I feel like are pretty like random and chaotic, you know what I mean? So yeah, they break them apart. Fauna's, I think, yelling, that's all you're gonna get, that's all you're gonna get, which secretly means like, hey, that's all I can take. Oh, wait, I just noticed in the background the BGC girls are coming inside. I did not think that they were still gonna be here. I honestly thought their scene was just over on that balcony. But I just seen Sarah and Seven walking in the background. I was like, wait a second. They're not gone yet? Okay, this is making me happy because I felt like, oh my god, the scene with the BGC girls, I felt like was so much potential wasted. Like we didn't barely get to see nothing because they broke out in that stupid fight with Brie versus, you know, Natalie and Low London and all that. We didn't even get to hear barely anything from the rest of the BGC girls. So hopefully, let's see. Hopefully they're gonna be a part of this episode. Okay, so Tavy Baby is like steady yelling at Big Lex like, you're mad, you're mad because we beat your ass, you're mad because you lost. Like, lost? Hey baby, you are like the queen of the Lulu world. Where did Big Lex ever lose to you? Like, even if we pretend like one of the rounds during the reunion Big Lex lost, how the hell do you explain the other 10, 11 times y'all fought and she beat that ass? Like, huh? It's so weird what Tavy Baby's saying right now. Oh, wait. Tavy Baby's saying we jumped you and then we gave you a one-on-one after that and you're mad because you didn't beat our ass how you want us to beat our ass. So that's why you want to come fighting again. And I'm like, okay, she has a little bit of a point there. I ain't gonna hate on Tavy Baby. That she does have a point. Like, why again are we fighting if we already fought one-on-one at the reunion? Okay, that's a good point. Tavy Baby's yelling at the top of her lungs at Big Lex, like, why? Fight somebody else. Like, yeah, I completely understand her. I wouldn't want to keep fighting Big Lex either. I actually think it's unfair that Tavy Baby and Fauna have to keep fighting Big Lex over and over and over. Like, would you want to keep having to go against the heaviest hitter in the house? No, I get it. But no, Big Lex is like, look, we're not about to be done on your terms. We're done on my terms. And she literally said, now we're done. Now we're done. And pretty much like Fauna and Tavy Baby kind of agreed with it. And they walked away. Fauna. She's gonna say, Big Lex is talking about we're done now. Yeah, I knocked some sense into this bitch. Like, come on now. I know you sipping on that Tavy Baby Delulu juice, but like, girl. By the way, I just seen today Tavy Baby and Fauna fall out. Tavy Baby was like exposing the fact that Fauna was out here cheating on her girlfriend, hooking up with other girls and all that allegedly, and Fauna was damn near crying. It just really goes to show Tavy Baby is fake. Literally, she switches like this on you. She's your friend one day, she's your enemy the next day. Oh, all of a sudden the scene cuts to Summer and Summer's like, you're weird. And she is talking to Tehseki. You see Tehseki and Krishan, the Malone sisters, literally both of them coming up at the same time to Summer. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Summer. From my understanding, Summer likes Krishan. She actually likes Krishan. And I think Krishan likes Summer too, but Summer don't like Tehseki, obviously. They got beef. And it's funny, like right when Summer is saying, I like her, talking about Krishan, I like her. Notice that's when Tehseki starts trying to reach at Summer, like boom, boom, boom. Like, why is that? Why is that what triggered you? Why is it when Summer said, I like Krishan? The timing of that is a little suspect, girl. Like, I'm just saying. But yeah, she couldn't really get at Summer because it's a lot of people. When I tell y'all, it's about 200 people in this room. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, you can barely even get a good clean fight filmed because it's about 20 people all up in the way. Summer, she was saying like, I'm not fighting you. And we know if it was Mariah, if it was Cole Killa, we just know Summer wouldn't be acting like that. We know Summer would be being the first person to swing. But now all of a sudden, Summer doesn't want to fight. She's stepping backwards. She keeps saying like, that's sister like, that don't got nothing to do with me. She's literally backing away from Tehseki. Did it look like, oh my god, I'm so bad because we can't see anything half of the time. Did it look like Summer tried to throw like one of the leaf decorations at Tehseki? I don't know if she did, but that's what it looked like. But you see Tehseki still trying to get at her. I think she did kind of like bop her in the head. But like I said, you can't really see that well. Anyways, the scene cuts and now Tehseki and Summer are in the middle of the death ring, right? Tehseki keeps telling her like, I'm about to smack you. Tehseki's getting charged up, you know, when she starts clapping her hands. I'm about to smack you. Come here. Like, the Hulk is coming out of Tehseki. You literally can see her transforming mid-scene. Summer sees her transforming. Summer's like, no, I don't want to fight you. get away from me. Get away from me. Get away. Literally, that's Summer. And Krishan, I don't know what Krishan's doing the whole time because she's kind of like there following along, but she's not really doing anything. She's not trying to break it up. Like she's just walking around watching what's going on the whole time, by the way. You see Tehseki trying to still get at Summer. She disappears into the tables and the crowds. The camera's like this. Literally, I have a headache watching this footage so far. I'm not even joking. So much shaky camera footage. Tehseki wants to smack Summer again. She just wants to keep smacking her. Every time Summer talks, smack. Every time Summer says get away, smack. Every time Summer opens that mouth, boom. She just don't want to hear Summer's mouth. But no, at the end of the day, Tehseki's right. Because like the things that Summer said about her is crazy. Like, girl, you're lucky all she wants to do is smack you across your mouth. Just take that as a warrior and just be thankful that that's all. But yeah, I did see Dolly get up in there. I did see Dolly try to stop Tehseki because I was hearing on social media that like that's why they fell out because nobody helped Summer. But here's Dolly and she did step in and she did say, come on Tehseki, that's it basically. So what else do you expect her to do? I would not expect Dolly to take the fade for Summer. Like, no. But at least she did something. Okay, so the scene cuts and we see Biggie. She's still on the sideline going off on Smiley. She's still calling out Smiley for trying to hide behind the camera or leave the scene, whatever. Like, she's so steady focused on Smiley. Every time Smiley tries to run off, she's like, where are you going? Get back on this set. You're not going nowhere. And Ahna is also on the sideline. She's yelling at Smiley. She's trying to get at Smiley too. She got beef with Smiley. But Smiley's not feeling good, y'all. She started feeling lightheaded and dizzy and the room was spinning. So here we go. We already know this girl has diabetes. We already know she gets seizures. I said she's a liability being on this show, but anything for a moment, I guess. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You just hear Ahna in the background going off on Smiley. Like literally, she's like, you calling me from all these fake numbers trying to apologize to me, which I'm like, oh my gosh, Smiley, what the fuck is going on? It's kind of weird, but like at the same time, Smiley is literally her eyes are rolling in the back of her head as they're like trying to treat her forehead area that's bleeding. So I'm like, Ahna, I know you got beef with her, but like, look at the girl. Is now the time? She can't even hear what you're saying right now. Literally, her eyes rolled to the back of her head. She fell out onto the ground. Boom. Smiley's down. Oh my gosh. Ahna has no chill. She's literally making fun of Smiley right now. She said, if she's having another seizure, whoop-de-doo. Like, literally. Oh my God. I couldn't believe she said that. I was like, girl, what the like, aren't you the same one that said stun a girl does too much? Now you're doing too much because why are you making fun of this girl like having a seizure? And I'm glad Big Gretch almost got you too. Like right when she was doing that, Big Gretch almost was able to sneak her, but kind of like Ahna like caught it at the last second. They pulled her away. Kind of wish Big Gretch would have just got her because you don't make fun of people's health conditions. That's so up. So some of the girls like Sapphire are literally questioning whether this is real or fake. Like once again, here we go with this. The Smiley's faking having seizures thing. I don't know, y'all, but for me, I just feel like that's not something that you can fake. First of all, try falling on the ground for fun. That is not fun. Why the would anybody do that for fun? And second of all, like, why would anybody in their right mind want to fake that, knowing how that's gonna look on TV, how that's gonna come across? Does that make any sense? And third of all, like, Smiley is not a Emmy award-winning actress to fake something like this. You have to be such a good actor to pass out and have a seizure. Like, come on, I don't buy that this is fake. Y'all are just really insensitive and y'all just hate her for no reason. It is for no reason because she hasn't done anything to this extent to make the girls question her seizures and call that fake. And then to make it worse, Anna's literally on the sideline to Tommy trying to brag about it. Like she's literally like, yeah, I just popped that once. I knocked her out. I'm like, you knocked her out? First of all, the cameras did not show that. But if that's the case, you're the one responsible for her seizure? That's even more fucked up, girl. Like, I would not be bragging about that. That's crazy. And like, why does that make you feel good as a person if you know that like you knocked out somebody who's prone to seizures? That makes you look weak in my opinion. But okay. I'm sorry. Tommy Lee, surprisingly, is being the voice of reason here. She's the only one that kind of has Smiley's back. She's like, y'all, she's not faking. Like, literally, I seen her. She's on the floor. And I was talking to her. Per Tommy Lee, she said that Smiley was not trying to be like all up in here just trying to fight. And you could kind of see that too, because Smiley was walking off a stage and Biggie came after her. But yeah, they literally put Smiley on a gurney. They have a neck brace around her neck. They have oxygen going into her nose. She's literally being wheeled out, right, of the place. And Biggie's gonna say something, oh my gosh, Smiley, wake up. It's like, what the fuck, Biggie? Are you serious right now? You still think this girl's faking it? I can't. Yeah, Biggie and Ahna ain't I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though I understand their reasonings for wanting to fight Smiley, it's just the fact that they have no compassion right now and they're literally making fun of this girl getting on an ambulance and being taken away. Like, y'all ain't shit. Yes, this is Baddies and y'all got beef and everything, but I'm more like on Cold Killer. Like, I might have beef with somebody, but I don't want them to die. Like, y'all do too much. You know, I like Cold Killer's attitude, mentality with that. Okay, so we go inside and Krishan didn't like the fact that Summer was fighting Tehseki by herself. She was literally like, y'all just let Summer fight Tehseki all by herself. Like, y'all are fake clicked up. And who is she talking about? Like, the big three, right? Because who else would she be talking about? But she doesn't actually put a name on it, you know? Krishan's literally like, see, y'all know who to fight and who not to fight. So Big Lex is like, what are you talking about? Like, did you want me to jump your sister? Is that what you're saying? Like, and Krishan's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just like talking in general. Like, I'm just talking in general. Why are you taking it so directly? It's like, because Krishan, you're talking about them. Like, who else in this room are Summer's friends that didn't help her fight? It's only gonna be Big Lex and Dolly. So I guess this is the moment where Scotty like went on Instagram and she was bragging that like Krishan checked the big three. Do y'all remember that? Literally it went viral. Like she was, oh my God, Krishan put the big three in check and they didn't say nothing. This is the moment that Scotty was talking about because Krishan did not check nobody. Like literally Big Lex was talking right back to her to the point where Krishan even stood back and she was like, all right, Big Lex, you have the floor. Like, and to the point where even Krishan was like, I'm not talking about you. I'm just speaking in general. Like, Krishan didn't even directly address them. She kept saying, I'm not talking about y'all. This is the moment that y'all said that Krishan checked the big three? What? No. Oh my gosh, this shit is so annoying. But yeah, like, I think it's kind of funny that Krishan was saying that because, like, that's your sister after all. So what are you really saying? Are you saying that you wanted them to fight your sister? Why didn't you do it, girl? It's your sister. If you like Summer and, you know, you and Summer are cool and you didn't want Summer to fight your sister by herself, why didn't you get in between there? That's kind of funny. And also, why the hell would Big Lex or Bad Dolly get in the middle of that when it had nothing to do with them? That's not a situation where Big Lex or Dolly had to get in the middle of that, especially considering the fact that Tehseki wasn't even trying to fight her. She just wanted to smack her. Why would they get in the middle of a smack? Just one smack. Summer can handle that. Like, come on now. So all of a sudden the scene cuts and you see Tinkerbella. Tinkerbella is fuming. She is so angry. She's telling Rolly she's been trying to get at Tommy Lee, but she hasn't had the opportunity to. If y'all remember, Tommy Lee, both Tinkerbella and Rolly, she handled that last season, but Tinkerbella, she never really got to get her lick back. So I do understand Tinkerbella on this one. All of a sudden you see Tommy Lee, she's looking so beautiful, like her hair, everything. She's standing there just being non-problematic. All of a sudden Tinkerbella runs up behind her, snap. She snatches her wig all the way off. I was like, damn. Half of the room doesn't even know what happened. They're like, wait, what? What happened? Who got snuck? You see Sapphire with her notebook and her big pen. Like, okay, so got it. Tommy Lee got snuck by Tinkerbella. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually funny. I never thought the notebook pencil thing was funny before, but that moment actually was pretty funny. Okay, so the scene cuts and you see Krishan and she's going up to the big three. So Krishan literally leads with, I really wouldn't want to fight any of y'all. And Summer's like, yeah, we like you too. We like you too. And then Tehseki comes right in the middle of that and Tehseki's just kind of going off and she's like, yeah, we ain't trying to hear that shit. You know how many people said that shit? and then they talk about us. Like, Tehseki's on a whole nother level, a whole different energy than Krishan and the big three are on. You could tell Tehseki's angry, and the rest of them, it seems like they're just trying to squash it. Because Summer is like, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. But Tehseki, she don't want to talk about it. And like I said, I understand Tehseki because it's a certain level that you can't cross. And once you do, there's no more talking about it. It's just hands. And that's what it is. And so I understand Tehseki. I don't feel like Tehseki is being a bully in this scene. Don't say crazy shit like that if you don't want to answer to it. So Krishan's like, Summer was getting pounded on by my sister and I had the opportunity. And Big Lex like, the opportunity to do what? And Krishan is like, to jump the shit out of Summer. And Big Lex said, okay, so why didn't you do it? And Krishan said, because I didn't want to. And Big Lex said, exactly. So I also don't want to jump Tehseki. Like, huh? I didn't really know where Krishan was going with that. But like, yeah, Big Lex makes sense. I don't know why they're trying to force Big Lex or Dolly to jump into this fight when it doesn't have anything to do with them. Once again, like I said before, Krishan said she was getting her head pounded in. I didn't see that. It just looked like Tehseki was smacking her. Why would they get in the middle of a smack? Summer can handle that. Krishan is telling Big Lex like, that's picking and choosing. I feel like you're picking and choosing. And Big Lex says, no, how is that picking and choosing? I am not gonna fight when I never even agreed with what Summer said about Tehseki. And even Tehseki is like, okay, I respect that, Big Lex. I respect that. Like, oh, notice how fast the two biggest hitters in the house made peace with each other. I mean, no, I'm just saying. I don't want to force them to fight, but it was just funny. Like, Big Lex is like, I never agreed with what she said to Tehseki. Teseki's like, I respect that. Yeah, respect. I don't know that I would have said all that because Summer is your friend. Like, don't get me wrong. I completely understand, but I don't think I would have said that out loud. You know, all Big Lex had to say was like, we all fight our own battles. Like, we're not going to jump anybody. And that's it. She could have just left it at that. But yeah, to like openly say, I didn't agree with what Summer did online. I can see now this is going to be like the cracks forming in the fallout of the big three. But yeah, even Summer herself is like, I don't want Big Lex to fight for me. Like, I'm the one that said it. Anyway, so things escalate and Summer's like, this is your sister. And that's what sets Tehseki off. She's like, exactly. This is my sister. Like, how dare you try to tell me what to do with my sister? Summer is steady. That has nothing to do with me. And here we go. Tehseki said, boom, smacked her again. But this time, Summer got mad. Summer said, stop hitting me. The way Summer hit her back was kind of funny. Summer thinks that Krishan and Tehseki didn't make up. That's why Summer keeps saying, your sister, you should be mad at your sister, not me. She's trying to deflect it on Krishan so bad because she thinks they didn't make up. But nope, they're cool. And Summer looks like a fool. This is why you don't get in the middle of sibling beef. Like, hello, this is literally a rinse and repeat. Natalie Nunn learned that lesson a couple seasons back. Don't get in the middle of them because they're sisters. They're gonna fall out and get back together. And who's gonna look like the fool? You. So Tehseki finally tells Summer, like, Krishan already apologized, you goofy bitch. Like, why do you keep saying that? This is not about me and Krishan. This is about you and what you said and what you did. Dolly said that Tehseki came up to her and Tehseki said there's no issues. So Dolly felt like there's no issues and she didn't come up to me with that, you know, bad energy trying to fight me. And this is a one-on-one between Summer and Tehseki that she didn't feel the need to jump in, which I'm like, yes, it completely 100% makes sense. I agree with her. I don't think she should have jumped in. Oh my gosh, poor Summer. Summer is literally backed up in the corner. Big Lex's arms are around her trying to protect Summer. Summer's right here. Big Lex is like this. Tehseki's on the side still trying to come at Summer. She's like, move your arms, Big Lex, move. Big Lex is like, okay, no, like, yo, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, all of a sudden Mariah Lynn comes out of nowhere and Mariah Lynn wants to fight Summer one-on-one. Tehseki's talking about, yeah, one thing about us, we don't jump shit. Mariah Lynn is like, for me, you always want to help Tehseki in all of her battles and all of her fights, but Tehseki does not do the same for you. Like, here we go. Mariah Lynn again is stepping in to fight Summer. Yes, at the end of the day, Mariah Lynn, she has beef with Summer, so this still kind of makes sense. But isn't Mariah Lynn always trying to fight for Tehseki? It's crazy. And now here goes Summer all of a sudden squared up. It's like very weird. Summer, why didn't you ever square up when Tehseki was coming for you? But now it's Mariah Lynn. Here's Summer. All right, come on. No, y'all not about to jump me. Come on. Come on. Like, all of a sudden, Summer goes, boop, 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 boop. And Mariah Lynn is swinging, and she's swinging pretty fast. But at the end of the day, I feel like Summer got way more hits in on Mariah. Like, Mariah, she couldn't really reach Summer. Summer beat Mariah's ass. So Rolly is like, all right, Mariah, you and Summer's beef is done. Like, I want to have a conversation with the person I want to have a conversation with. And everybody's like, who do you want to talk to? And Rolly goes, Tanisha. And you see Judy, BGC 7 Judy. She's like, Tanisha, Rolly wants to have a conversation with you. And Tanisha's face, she's like, what? Who? Why she want to talk to me? For what? Like, Tanisha's like, what the I'm not here to fight. Hell no. Come on. Tanisha is an OG. I feel like that would be so wrong if Rolly tried to put her hands on her. But you know, there is no standards in baddies. They be putting their hands on every and anybody. Okay, so Rolly goes up to Tanisha. She tells her, I'm not trying to fight. I just want to talk. And Rolly expresses how, you know, that whole scene where basically Rolly was fighting Slim and a lot of people were calling her a bully. And I guess Tanisha was one of those people online that was saying that Rolly was bullying Slim. And Rolly said it really hurt her feelings because she looked up to Tanisha and Tanisha was like her favorite person out of all of the bad girls. Yeah, she started to get emotional. Tanisha starts to say like, you know, I didn't even want to come here. And Krishan said, you're lying. It was funny. She did say to her face, like, girl, you're lying. You posted about it. You wanted to come. But no, yeah, Tanisha is just pretty much like, yeah, this is what it's all about. It's sisterhood. It's sisterhood. You know, when she gets passionate and how she starts talking and, you know, her and Rolly pretty much make up and it's kumbaya. To be honest, I didn't even know that they had beef. I don't understand why they can't get along. It always seems like they pin up like big black girl versus big black girl. Or if it's like a light-skinned girl versus light skin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, they can never be friends or get along. So I am actually happy to see that they made up and they're fine. Okay, so the scene cuts and we see Lemmy Pepper and he's addressing all of the women and he basically tells them like, y'all, if you haven't noticed, Natalie's been kind of MIA, but like, you know, this season things are going to be done a little bit differently. And he's basically looking for some leaders. Like, he's looking for a couple of people that can step up and kind of work alongside Natalie, because at this point, this project has gotten so big that I think like they need it, you know, they need more than just Natalie. They need other people who could be leaders too. I mean, I understand now Scotty can't because she's pregnant, but yeah, I was like, well, what happened to Rolly? It'll be interesting to see who they pick as the leaders. But then Lemmy says there's another news that he needs to have everybody know, but he's gonna let Scotty tell them and he's gonna step off. And what is it? Of course, it's that Scotty's pregnant. So all the girls are happy for her, even Big Lex. Like, she's like, I mean, we never really made up, but it's cool. It is what it is. I'm not about to be hating on somebody that's pregnant, you know, that's about to have a baby. But yeah, Tavy Baby in her confessionals was a little bit scary because this girl said, you thought it was Scotty with a body? Oh no, it's Scotty with a baby. I was like, Jesus Christ, girl, what the fuck is that voice? The scene cuts and we're finally done with that hot mess of a ballroom. That was supposed to be a ballroom. There was nothing elegant or ballroom about that. I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see more of the BGC girls. Like, literally, they barely even spoke. What was the point of even bringing them to the ball gown room? Nothing. No point at all. But yeah, anyways, we got text on the screen. It says, upon exiting her hotel the next day, Tehseki realizes that Krishan has invited her friend Marsh on the road. Tehseki and Marsh have had previous altercations involving Krishan. Here we go. Yep, that's what I expected. We're starting off in the middle of chaos. They weren't able to catch this from the very beginning, but literally the scene starts off with Tehseki rapping. She's like, yeah, what the hell did y'all say? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me chill. I just hit myself. Per Krishan, her story is that Tehseki just spazzed out and went crazy for no reason. She said Marsh just came and Tehseki came down and it was kind of a setup. Like, Tehseki's just doing this for storyline purposes or whatever. So Tehseki wants to fight all of a sudden Marsh. Marsh genuinely looks confused and shocked when I see her face. She genuinely does look like, why are they trying to fight me right now? I just got here. Like, that's her face. Yeah, it is kind of weird weird. Like, what the hell happened? We need Tehseki's point of view here to understand what happened and why she got so angry. Biggie's literally like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna just kind of like stay behind her and have her back. Mariah Lynn's like, I think she's just having PTSD. Like, nobody knows why Tehseki has flipped out and is going crazy. But yeah, we see Krishan, like, she's trying to talk to DJ Sky High and she's trying to explain the situation. She's getting frustrated with DJ Sky High for not understanding, to the point where Krishan literally says to her friend DJ Sky High, you're acting too. She uses the R word. I was like, girl, we don't use that word anymore. What the hell is wrong with you? And the way that she's talking to DJ Sky High, I don't like it. She's like, better act like you know, like, this is your friend. And DJ Sky High didn't say anything crazy to you for you to be coming at her like that. You're frustrated with your sister, remember? Don't take it out on the next person. Krishan is literally saying that Tehseki is just doing this because all of the fans call her boring and like she's just trying to use me as a storyline because she's so boring. Literally, that's what Krishan said. I heard behind the scenes, I don't know the timeline of when everything happened, but I think I did hear that like Marsh's sister had pulled out on Tehseki. So maybe that's why Tehseki was so angry and she was trying to get at Marsh. I think that's what happened, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I can't keep up with all of the things that happen to these baddies because it's so much. Okay, so the scene cuts and we see the girls leaving the hotel and they're about to go to their first house in DC. They're all on the Sprinter and they're talking to each other, and Tinkerbella is saying that she feels like her and Cold Killer can get over everything because she turns her ops into money and she feels like they should make a song together just like her and DTB did, which is actually kind of genius because literally her and DTB went from arch enemies to being like besties, you know what I'm saying? So like, hey, her and Cold Killer could do the same thing too. Then we see Tehseki, Ahna, Mariah, and Biggie. They have their own like little car driving to the house, and Tehseki is telling them that like Sapphire was trying to tell Krishan, hey, don't beef with Tehseki, that's your sister. And Krishan literally told her, that's not my sister, that's just blood, and Marsh is her people. So boom, there you go. That fast, Krishan has disowned her sister once again and they've fallen out, which I'm still waiting on Tehseki to like, tell us what happened from your point of view, girl. Then now's the time. Okay, so all of a sudden we see Summer and she's saying to Tinkerbella, like, you don't like Dolly, just kind of out of nowhere, right? And Tinkerbella is like, what are you talking about? Like, if I don't like somebody, I will tell them that I don't like them. And Dolly is like, no, because you were acting really weird when the camera was on, like you were saying some weird basically just some slick shit that Tinkerbella might have said directed towards Dolly. Tinkerbella, she's like, hold on, Dolly, didn't you say that like when your hand gets right, you were gonna fight Tinka? I'm like, oh my god, I don't even remember her saying that. Why would she say that? Why did she want to fight Tinka? I don't understand. I'm lost. I am lost. But Dolly admits it. She said, yeah, I did say that. Ooh, so Tinkerbella's talking shit. She's like, it doesn't matter if your hand is messed up or not. If you try to run it, just run it. And Dolly hears that as fighting words like ding, ding, ding. She's like, oh. She stands up. Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do then? Here we go. They're about to fight on the Sprinter. Eesh. You see Dolly swing. Boom. She swings at Tinkerbella. I don't know, but all I see is Dolly. Boom, 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 boom. Before security came and like broke that up. And everybody on the bus is screaming and going crazy. And I just don't think like Tinkerbella got the right vantage point. You know what I'm saying? Dolly had the upper hand there. To me, it looked like Dolly won. But then, you know, of course, we get the previews for the next episode.